Your word is your bond. Now, that's an obvious term that people use to describe honesty, to describe keeping your promises to people, and that's true. It's always a true saying. Your word is your bond. But it seems to me that many people these days just don't understand correctly that term. So it's not just knowing what it means, but it's also interpreting it and applying it to your life. Um, we're going to start off with the scripture right away here. Matthew chapter 5, verse 37. But let your communication be yea, yea, nay, nay. For whatsoever is more than these cometh of evil. It is very straightforward when it comes to describing what your word is your bond means. Your word has to mean something. Your word has to have value, positive value at that. And your word basically defines what you're about, what your character is about, and what you are about as a person. Um, you'll see this sample scenario here that I have listed just below the verse. Person one, will you join me for that business meeting tomorrow? And this is a conversation between colleagues, co-workers at the same business, by the way. Will you join me for that business meeting tomorrow? That's what person one says. Person two replies, yes, I'll be there tomorrow. You have my word. But then what happens? Look at the very bottom. Person two doesn't show up for the meeting, does not show up for the meeting, and never explains why. Now, the first part of that does not show up for the meeting in and of itself may not always mean the worst case scenario, but it's especially the case when the second part of this happens, where a significant amount of time passes and person number two never explains him or herself as to why they did not show up for the meeting. And that's just one of many scenarios I could go through here, but I'm only going to keep it to this one. Your word is your bond, and you have to keep it. Your word is only good if you do keep it. And I'm being honest with you guys, I've seen many people come and go in my life that did not keep their word. And not only did they not keep their word, they were very shady and very ridiculous about what they did. They were very deliberate in their actions. And that's what I'm about to get to right now. Let your yea be yea and your nay be nay. If you say yes, mean it. If you say no, mean it. And someone who struggles to give you a direct answer, whether it's yes or no, regardless, it's either a combination of these three things I'm going to list. Either that other person is wishy washy, or that other person is absent minded, just really forgetful, or the last one, which I believe is the case for many people these days, the other person is deliberately playing games with you. Let that sink in. So, when it comes to this message here, motivational talk number 6, your word is your bond. What is the reassuring point that I have to share with you guys? Well, you guys know who you are. You guys know what you're about. And it's not your fault if the other person doesn't hold up to their end of the bargain, so to speak. You can only do so much. You can only go so far with this other person in this kind of scenario. Like when I'm presenting here, this business meeting. If that's you, if that relates to what you're going through, guys, then just listen up because I'm about to share with you even more. You keep your word and you be honest about your situation. No matter what happens with the other person, you have to maintain your integrity. You have to be honest and straightforward about what your intentions are, what you're going to do, what you say you're going to do, and how you're going to act on that. You have to keep your word. And you have to be mindful of the other person. When you have conversations with other people, you have to keep in mind that it's not just about you. You're not the only party involved here in these conversations. There's you, and then there's another person at the other end of this conversation. You have to be mindful of the other person. You have to respect that other person's place. Because if the roles were reversed, wouldn't you want that other person respecting your space? Case in point. And also, don't be disrespectful. On the flip side of this, do not, and I repeat, do not be disrespectful of the other person. You have your time that you got to spend wisely, and they have their time that they have to spend wisely. Time is so precious. It is. And if for whatever reason, if something happens where you are forced to change your plans, where you have to change up what you initially said you were going to do, what you promised the other person you were going to do, if something happens, because, life happens and certain things cannot be helped. Like, let's say your car breaks down, or let's say you get sick, for real, you get sick, or you get injured, or something just happens like to your family relatives, and you really have to take care of your relatives at that moment, stuff like that. If something happens where you're forced to change your plans with this other person, and your word as a result does not hold up, then the courteous thing for you to do and the respectful thing for you to do is to let the other person know what's going on with your situation, and quickly, and I mean quickly, just apologize about what just happened. It's not something you obviously planned on doing, but it's just something that developed over time. Just get right to the point. Just explain to the other person why you have to change your plans, and then apologize, and then restructure it. Restructure the original plan to something else, to a plan. At least that way you will let the other person, the other party, know where you stand and that you want to continue doing business. In this case, a business meeting. You have to be forefront. You have to be honest about it. If you still want a business deal to go through, I'm meaning in the workplace right now. If you want a business deal to go through with the other party and for some reason you have to change up the original scheduled plan, just do it. Apologize and move forward in a respectful manner. And and here's another thing that has happened to me recently for other endeavors. When you schedule something with another person, whatever it is, business meeting or something else, don't. Here's one good tip: don't call off numerous times. It's one thing if you have to reschedule once, reschedule twice, but when you start rescheduling something with another person like three, four, five times, that becomes a red flag. And if that were me, that would become a red flag for me. If I had another person, which has happened to me, if I have another person call off on something that we originally agreed to for scheduling three, four, five times or even more, that has to give you pause for concern, and that has to give you a red flag. The red flag has to go up. So be careful about that. Be careful of other people who regularly do that, call off your original schedule thing multiple times, because in most cases, 9 times out of 10, that other person is deliberately playing games with you, mind games, what have you. So be careful about that when you start getting that. And again, your word is your bond. When you guys reach an agreement with another party, whether it's business or personal or whatever, an agreement is a mutual understanding of terms. That means that you and the other party agree to doing this, that, or the other thing at a regularly scheduled time, and you're going to hold up your end of the bargain. Both parties are going to do it. If even one party, whether it's you or the other person, if even one party does not hold up their end of the bargain, guess what? The agreement is already broken right then and there. The agreement is already broken right then and there. And If that does not get fixed, if that does not get remedied, then guess what, guys? That agreement is just not going to hold up ever. I've already experienced that multiple times in my life, and even as a even as a freelancer, a freelance writer, I've experienced that multiple times where I've had clients agree to give me compensation, like a bonus, for example, and at least two times this has happened, and they did not follow through. And there is never an explanation as to why they never followed through with that. So, and I don't want to be quick to judge those people in particular when it comes to this, giving out the bonuses. They said they would and they didn't. But if you say you're going to do something, guys, you have to do it. And if you're not going to do it, you have to, at the very least, explain why you ended up not doing it. Because all throughout your life, you have to be honest with other people, because if you keep changing up your stories, if you keep changing up um, the terms that you originally agreed to with another person, then what good is your word? Your word has to be strong in everyday conversations, guys. I can't say it enough when it comes to this. Let your communication be yay, yay, nay, nay. And again, if anybody struggles to give you a direct answer, whether yes or no, then you have to step back and think about it. Now, I hope this message came across clear enough to you guys. This hits home to me because I've had issues lately where I've had other parties, other people basically tell me they were going to do this, that, the other thing, and they end up doing something completely different than what we originally agreed to. And I'm here to tell you guys, I can relate. It hurts. For me, it hurts to have these other people agree with me about certain things, that we were going to schedule certain things, and then all of a sudden it changes, and there's always some like lame excuse as to why this certain thing didn't get done. It hurts, no doubt about it. It hurts, but here's the reassuring point that I want to end with, guys, is that it happens to all of us. But even though you have people in your life that may do this to you, that may not show up for the meeting and never explain why, even if you have people like that in your life, don't let it ruin you. And it's not going to ruin you. I'm here to tell you guys this. It's not going to ruin you. If anything, it will make you learn more about yourself. It will be a learning experience for you to take going forward when you have other conversations with other people moving forward. And you can put that into your memory bank, so to speak, and realize that, yeah, not all people are like this. Not every single person that I talk to is going to be like this. No, that's not the case at all. You're going to be strengthened. If you know what to do at the end of the day, if you know how to handle yourself with integrity, you're going to be okay. And I'm here to reassure you guys about that because I've experienced it so many times in like 11 or so years as a freelance writer slash worker. So yeah, it happens to all of us. So this is Stephen Vitt with Motivational Talk number 6. Um, and about the disclaimer, a message that I put out in the beginning of this video, guys, this is not about view count. This is just about getting the clear message out to people, and that you guys get something good out of it. That's the main point of making these videos. So hope you guys have a good day. Take care, and please leave a like and share this with your friends. And if you like this content in general on STV Castle, please subscribe. Thank you guys so much. Take care. Bye.